Welcome to the podcast about investing in startups, where existing investors can learn how to get the best deal possible, and those that have never before invested in startups can learn the keys to success from the venture experts. Your host is Nick Moran, and this is The Full Ratchet.
Welcome back to The Full Ratchet. On today's special segment of Investor Stories, the investors address trends, sectors, and markets that they think are positioned for outsized returns in the future. This is the segment called What's Next? On today's special segment, we have Jordan Knopf of Tusk Ventures. Jordan, as you look forward, can you talk about sectors or trends that you're bullish on and why it is that you're excited about them?
Sure. So as far as it goes on the sector side, we're obviously really interested in fintech in general, insurance particularly, in on-demand economy, as we see the 1099 workforce issue play out. Autonomous vehicles, that's one that the regulatory script is yet to be written there. And I think that we're in early days and there's a lot of interesting things that are going on there from the artificial intelligence side all the way down to really kind of the programming and how cities are going to interact once you start to get some of these vehicles on the road. I just think that we're also going to see some autonomous trucking trends that's probably going to come first before the vehicles. But that's something that we're definitely interested in, and cannabis. See how the framework unfolds there.
On today's special segment, we have Chris Olsen of Drive Capital. Chris, you mentioned some of the themes that you guys are focused on. As you look forward, can you talk about sectors, trends, and or themes that you're bullish on and why you're excited about them?
So one of the biggest trends is data science, and we see this as an emerging trend in America and across the world where companies that are able to capture, store, and manage their data in a way that others have historically struggled to do are able to drive business insights that are far more efficient and effective. And there are a lot of companies that in this space that are enabling different pieces of the technology and changing the way that the companies are doing these things. We've seen companies that have come up with products that have erased the jobs for 400 people in some enterprises where they're able to automate so much of what is a manual process today. So data science is a big theme for us. The second theme that we see a lot of is looking in the healthcare space. There's a massive shift today away from what used to be a fee-for-service to a fee-for-value model, meaning that you used to go to the doctor and your physician, she could prescribe any test that she wanted, and it was just an open checkbook and the insurance companies would pay for it. Well, today what's happening is the healthcare payers are wising up and saying, listen, we can't afford to do that. In fact, we're going to put financial incentives to make sure that everyone has better care outcomes, but also has better cost outcomes. And there's an army of software companies who are enabling this transition, and that's been a very, very rich theme for us. And then the last theme I would say that we're spending a lot of time in is the Internet of Things. So, California's got the Internet. Well, the Midwest has the things. And we see lots of factories out here that are taking advantage of their infrastructure and wiring it to different internets such that they're able to get back information on their processes and on their systems that enable them to really optimize their business. And companies like Honda and a whole bunch of others out here who are manufacturing automobiles and sneakers and apparel and everything else, they're a tremendous proving ground for how much this potential this technology has. And we see a lot of that going on out here.
On today's special segment, we have Elizabeth Galbut of SoGal Ventures. Elizabeth, can you talk about sectors or trends that you're bullish on?
Yeah, of course. So one of my favorites is really around longevity. So I think there's a lot of interesting aspects in that right now, whether it's the microbiome, whether it's sort of thinking about aging and how we take care of our old and, when we're 130 and still playing tennis, what does the world look like then?
Wow.
Right.
I'm 37 and I'm not playing tennis anymore.
Yeah, so I think longevity is a huge area of interest of mine. As a fund, we've done a ton of investments in its seemed so far to be a very successful space around true personalization of consumption. So I would say 5 years ago, there was kind of mass customization. Now we're really going into true personalized consumption that's being driven by advanced manufacturing and technology. So we really love that area. We're learning all we possibly can about blockchain and cryptocurrencies. My business partner, Pocket, right now is actually coming back from a crypto explorer trip in Switzerland. So it's an area we're very interested in, but it's not either of our backgrounds, so we have a lot to learn. And then I think also when we're thinking about healthcare, just how the next generation experiences healthcare, whether that's being able to take all sorts of tests from the comfort and convenience of our own home with affordability, to thinking about, how mental health issues are just as big of a healthcare concern as physical health issues, to thinking about how you do logistics and optimization. I mean, we spend almost a quarter of the US GDP on healthcare. It's outrageous. It's growing. There's no way it's sustainable. We need to figure out how to do it better. The news just came out, that Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, and Jamie Dimon from JP Morgan, Amazon, and Berkshire Hathaway are all coming together to form a nonprofit healthcare organization for their own internal employees. And so they're trying to solve the problem too. But as a country, it's just unsustainable the way our healthcare system works right now.
That will conclude this installment of Investor Stories. If you're enjoying the program and would like to see it continue, take a moment and leave a 5-star review in iTunes. Also, if you'd like updates on new content from TFR, as well as the top 10 VC articles every week, go to fullratchet.net and sign up for the newsletter. Okay, that will wrap things up for today. Until next time, over-prepare, choose carefully, and invest confidently. Thanks for joining me.